Did you know that eating the wrong nuts every day could raise your risk of heart disease by 48%? This is especially true as you get older. That shocking number isn't made up. It comes from long-term studies published in respected medical journals written by top heart doctors. And here's what's even more surprising. Many of the nuts you may think are good for your health could actually be working against you. Some of the most common nuts found in kitchen cupboards have been shown to raise blood pressure, increase inflammation throughout the body, clog arteries, and even harm brain function. Unfortunately, many people still eat them regularly, often thinking they are doing something good for their body. There's one nut in particular, popular among people who follow low-carb diets, that's especially harmful. You might be snacking on it every day without knowing what it's doing to your kidneys, liver, and brain. It contains high levels of a harmful compound, and over time, that damage adds up. But this isn't about fear, it's about clarity. The truth is, not all nuts are bad. Some are incredibly good for you and can help you age with more strength, sharper thinking, and a healthier heart. Let's talk about the nuts that deserve a place in your daily routine, starting with one that's powerful for keeping your bones strong. Almonds are standout. These light brown, crunchy nuts are packed with calcium and vitamin E, two nutrients that work together to protect your bones as you age. After 65, your bones naturally lose density. That makes fractures more likely, and the healing process becomes slower. But a simple habit like eating a quarter cup of almonds each day can supply around 97 milligrams of calcium. That small amount helps slow down bone thinning. Almonds also give you magnesium, an essential mineral that most people don't get enough of. What makes magnesium so important is how it helps guide calcium to your bones, rather than letting it build up in your arteries. When calcium ends up in your blood vessels instead of your skeleton, it can lead to dangerous plaque buildup. So, magnesium helps keep your heart safer while strengthening your bones at the same time. The healthy fats in almonds also lower bad cholesterol, which becomes more important as heart problems become more common later in life. Just 15 to 20 almonds a day, either raw or dry roasted without salt, can make a difference. They contain about 3.5 grams of fiber per serving, which supports digestion and helps with constipation, a problem many people face as they age. Almonds don't just help your body, they help your brain, too. Studies have shown that they can protect brain cells from damage over time. When choosing almonds, go for the ones that still have their brown skin on. That thin skin contains powerful antioxidants that work alongside vitamin E to make the almonds twice as good for your body. Be sure to chew them well, especially if swallowing has become more difficult. Their texture can be tricky if not chewed thoroughly. Now let's move to a nut that seems designed by nature to support the brain, walnuts. These nuts even look like tiny brains, and there's a reason for that. Walnuts are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, a type of healthy fat that helps brain cells communicate and stay strong. As you age, protecting brain health becomes more important than ever, and walnuts are one of the best tools available. In a recent study, older adults who ate just 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks showed real improvement in how clearly and quickly they could think. That's a big deal, especially when many people worry about mental sharpness as the years go by. Walnuts have unique plant compounds that cross into the brain and reduce the kind of inflammation linked to conditions like Alzheimer's and dementia. There's also a little-known bonus. Walnuts naturally contain melatonin. This hormone helps regulate your sleep, but your body makes less of it as you get older. Eating walnuts in the evening may actually help improve sleep quality. And it doesn't stop at brain health. Walnuts are also excellent for the heart. They help keep blood vessels flexible and healthy, supporting normal blood pressure and making it easier for medications to work effectively. Try eating 7 to 9 walnut halves each day. Keep them stored in the refrigerator to prevent the oil from going rancid. If you're using your hands to crack them open, that's a helpful bit of exercise that supports grip strength and joint movement. And if the flavor is a bit bitter, that's actually a good sign. It means they are rich in antioxidants and protective compounds. Another powerhouse nut that deserves more attention is the pistachio. These colorful nuts are often forgotten when it comes to health, but they have surprising benefits, especially for blood pressure. Pistachios are packed with potassium, about 285 milligrams per serving, and contain very little sodium. That balance helps your kidneys flush out extra salt, which becomes harder for the body to manage as you age. Some studies show that pistachios can lower blood pressure by 3 to 5 points. While that may sound small, over time it can make a real difference, and pistachios do this without the side effect of medication. They are also rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, nutrients that protect your eye from macular degeneration, which is a leading cause of vision loss. These eye-supporting compounds are especially important after age 60, when the risk of sight problems increases. Another reason pistachios are great: their gentle crunch. Some harder nuts can crack or damage aging teeth, but pistachios are easy to chew and still offer that satisfying bite. Their natural green and purple colors aren't just beautiful. They are a sign of the antioxidants and nutrients inside. These three nuts, almonds, walnuts, and pistachios, are powerful tools for supporting your body and mind with age. But there's still one more nut you should know about. It's popular, found in most snack mixes, and praised by many diets, but it may be the most dangerous nut of all. And most people have no idea it could be harming them right now, every single day. Pistachios aren't just pretty. They get their green and purple colors from natural compounds that are packed with antioxidants. These colors are a sign that pistachios are full of nutrients that help fight aging, inflammation, and cell damage. But pistachios offer something even more practical. They come in shells. Having to shell them as you eat slows you down, helping you naturally avoid overeating. This small habit also gives your brain time to process fullness. In fact, studies show that seeing the pile of empty shells can help your brain realize you had enough, something that's very helpful when you're trying not to snack too much. Shelling pistachios also provides a calming, repetitive movement that can be soothing for the mind and helpful for keeping your hands busy. For people dealing with hand pain, like arthritis, it's best to buy pistachios that are already slightly open, so they're easy to crack without too much effort. Aim for about 49 pistachios a day. That's roughly 1 ounce. Choose pistachios with no salt or only a light amount of salt to protect your blood pressure and kidney function. What makes pistachios even more valuable is their fiber content. 1 ounce is about 3 grams of fiber, which helps with digestion and plays an important role in managing blood sugar levels. That's a key point, since about 1 in 4 adults over 65 in the U.S. already have diabetes or are considered pre-diabetic. A snack that supports both heart and metabolic health, while being gentle on the teeth and enjoyable to eat, deserves a place in your kitchen. Now let's talk about Brazil nuts. These rich, creamy nuts are often overlooked, but they are one of the most powerful foods when it comes to supporting your thyroid, a gland that plays a crucial role in your energy, metabolism, and mood. Brazil nuts are the single best food source of selenium, a trace mineral that's essential for activating thyroid hormones. Just one Brazil nut contains around 96 micrograms of selenium, which is more than your entire daily requirement. That means you don't need to eat a handful. Just 1 or 2 a day is more than enough. This matters because thyroid function often declines with age, and it's estimated that up to 20% of adults over 65 have thyroid issues, many without knowing it. The symptoms can be subtle: fatigue, slower thinking, weight gain, cold sensitivity, and are often mistaken for normal aging. Supporting thyroid health with natural selenium from Brazil nuts is a simple, effective step. But that's not all Brazil nuts do. They contain healthy fats that protect the myelin sheath, the protective covering around nerve cells. As you age, this sheath can wear down, slowing reflexes and mental clarity. The fats and selenium in Brazil nuts help protect this part of your nervous system, potentially helping you think more clearly and move more smoothly. Unlike synthetic selenium supplements, the selenium in Brazil nuts is naturally balanced with other nutrients that help your body absorb and use it properly. And they taste good, rich, buttery, and just a little sweet, so even a small amount feels satisfying. Because of their high fat content, it's best to store Brazil nuts in the refrigerator to keep them fresh. Choose nuts that are still in the shell when possible, since that helps preserve their nutrients longer. They also help with digestion. Their natural oils and fiber can relieve constipation, a common issue that tends to increase with age. Brazil nuts offer a wholesome alternative to processed snacks, filling, nutrient-rich, and deeply nourishing. Some recent research even suggests that compounds in Brazil nuts may protect DNA and slow cellular aging, offering long-term support for health and vitality. But while some nuts support health, others quietly cause harm. One of the most surprising is a peanut. Though widely eaten, peanuts are not actually nuts at all. They are legumes, which means they grow underground and are much more likely to become moldy. This mold can produce aflatoxins, dangerous substances that may harm the liver and have been linked to certain cancers. As your body's ability to filter out toxins naturally slows with age, exposure to these substances becomes even more dangerous. Peanuts also contain inflammatory proteins that can trigger low-level immune reactions, even in people who don't have an allergy. These immune responses can lead to swelling and make joint pain, heart conditions, and even brain fog worse. For anyone already dealing with chronic conditions, peanuts may add fuel to the fire. Their high content of omega-6 fats is another problem. Most diets already contain too much omega-6 and not enough omega-3, creating an imbalance that leads to inflammation. Peanuts also contain vitamin K, which may interfere with blood-thinning medications, a serious issue for anyone taking anticoagulants like warfarin. Peanut butter often makes the situation worse. Store-bought varieties are loaded with added sugars, unhealthy oils, and large amounts of salt, putting extra strain on the heart and kidneys. About 2/3 of adults over 65 have high blood pressure, so adding more salt from processed nut butters isn't helpful. Even if you've eaten peanut for a decade without issue, making a small switch to healthier nuts just a few times a week can bring benefits you might not notice right away. But they add up over time. Another nut that's often misunderstood is the cashew. While they have a creamy texture and appealing flavor, cashews come with several hidden risks. First, they have a much higher carbohydrate content than other nuts, about 9 grams per ounce, and much less fiber to help buffer the effect. This means they raise blood sugar more quickly than other nuts, which is especially concerning for anyone dealing with diabetes or prediabetes. Many people see cashews as a healthy snack, but they are easy to overeat. Their smooth, buttery taste makes it hard to stop at a small handful. This can lead to weight gain at a time in life when maintaining a healthy weight is already more difficult. Their shape also creates a hidden danger. Because they are soft, curved, and smooth, cashews are one of the nuts most commonly involved in choking incidents. This is particularly risky for people who have swallowing difficulties or weaker reflexes. Cashews are also high in oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that bind to calcium in the body and prevent its absorption. This not only affects bone health, which is already a concern for many, but also increases the risk of kidney stones. People over 60 are more likely to develop these stones, and eating high oxalate foods regularly can raise that risk. Another issue is how cashews are processed. They naturally contain urushiol, a toxic oil also found in poison ivy. This has to be removed during processing, and the method used often strips away many of the nut's natural nutrients. Most store-bought cashews are then roasted in oil and heavily salted, adding even more unhealthy fat and sodium. For people who already struggle with digestive problems, this can make symptoms worse. Though cashews are marketed as healthy, the truth is more complicated. They are tasty, yes, but for many people, especially as they age, they are better left out of the snack bowl. Healthier, safer, and more supportive choices exist, and a few small changes can make a big difference. Replacing cashews with almonds or walnuts more often can help give your body better nutrition with fewer risks. While some nuts may taste great, others come with more harm than good, especially as the body changes with age. Macadamia nuts, for example, are one of the worst choices. They pack nearly 200 calories per ounce, more than any other nut, and with metabolism slowing down, those extra calories are harder to burn off. They are also high in fat, around 22 grams per ounce, which can stress the gallbladder, especially for those who might already have undiagnosed gallstones. For some, eating macadamia nuts may even trigger painful gallbladder attacks. They also contain 3 grams of saturated fat per ounce, a type of fat that can raise bad cholesterol. That's a concern for anyone trying to protect their heart. Their dense, hard texture can damage teeth, especially for those with crowns, fillings, or enamel that's already worn down. Plus, macadamia nuts are expensive, and people on tighter budgets might end up choosing cheaper, poly-stored nuts instead, nuts that could contain harmful rancid oils. Many store-bought macadamias are roasted in oil and salted, adding even more sodium and unhealthy fats. And with their rich, buttery flavor, it's easy to overeat them, especially if you enjoy stronger taste due to changing taste sensitivity. Another nut to avoid is the pine nut. These tiny seeds are easy to overlook, but they can cause serious issues. Compounds in pine nuts are known to interfere with over half the common medications taken later in life. This interference can reduce how well medicines work, or even cause negative reactions. Pine nut syndrome is another hidden risk. After eating them, some people report a metallic taste in everything for days or even weeks. That might not sound serious, but it often leads to people eating less, so much less that they unintentionally lose weight. This syndrome happens more frequently as taste and detox systems slow down. Pine nuts also contain oils that spoil quickly, triggering inflammation. For anyone managing joint issues, this can make discomfort worse. Their small size and slippery coating make them easy to inhale by accident, especially for people who already have trouble swallowing or take medications that cause dry mouth. They also make it harder to digest protein, a problem for those who already struggle to get enough from food. Add in the high-calorie content, especially when blended into oily pestos, and it's easy to see how pine nuts may cause more harm than good. Even more concerning, new studies suggest that pine nuts could speed up damage to the eyes by contributing to macular degeneration, one of the most common causes of vision loss. Choosing the right nuts can make a big difference in how you feel, how your body functions, and how clearly you think. Even small daily changes in what you snack on can lead to big improvements over time. So what about you? Have you noticed a difference in how you feel when you eat different kinds of nuts? Which one made the biggest change in your health? Let us know in the comments, and tell us what city you're watching from. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another important tip. If this video helped you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Share your story. We'd love to hear it.